We are 1 week away from my Story Therapy Character and Character Dynamics event. We are 1 week away from the live online portion of the event. In this video, I'm going to give you more information. I am so blown away by the turnout and the number of writers signed up so far, as well as how many of these writers have been devouring the story instruction. The usage this year is probably my highest year as far as how many people are going into the story modules and going through all of the 8 breakdowns that I went into with top shows to teach story tools that will bring your script to the next level. So we are going to dig deep into what all of this is. First, I wanted to share a quote with you. Sometimes on the way to a dream, you get lost and find a better one. This quote is by Lisa Hammond. This encompasses my story in a lot of ways, and I know so many of us can identify with this quote because it is not only my story, it is your story. I want to tell you about a moment that is in why I do what I do with screenwriters. So I was a studio executive for 12 and a half years, and I remember the day that everything ended. I remember the day when the direction that I was going in, which I believed at the time was to run a studio. I was vice president of current programs. I was covering 5 primetime shows. In my career, I covered and staffed over 15 top primetime shows. On this day, I remember the feeling that I had. I had been in a heated discussion the day before with somebody high up on one of my shows. And this discussion took an unexpected turn, and a boundary was crossed, and I had to make a choice. And I knew that the choice that I made could end my career. I hung up anyway. Cut to the recognition that it was a void in the market. What I was known for as a studio executive was giving development notes. Aaron Spelling always told me I gave some of the best development notes in the business. So I figured, why not build a business around this strength? And this is my why for creating a course like Story Therapy, Character, and Character Dynamics. After my direction was shifted to a new direction, and after I recognized the tremendous value in taking your destiny in your own hands, I wanted to teach courses that help writers to do the same thing, to take destiny in your own hands in a way that could lead you to a sale. I want you to think about your why. Why would you want to take Story Therapy, Character, and Character Dynamics? Are you writing a pilot? Would you like to workshop your pilot where you have a community of writers who share your passion and will give you thoughts on your script, in addition to the notes that you could receive from me? Are you struggling with how to add depth to your character? Do you understand how to write a central conflict in a way that could set up your series? Do you understand the transformational arc? Do you understand the value and the balance of positive traits to negative traits? Have you thought about how life phase enters the picture? Have you ever considered mindset? In thinking about mindset, you want to think of intellectual mindset, survival mindset, and intuitive mindset. And which mindset your character is in the majority of the time and what the goal is with the mindset. Well, these are just some of the areas that we are going to cover in story therapy, character, and character dynamics. It is an event where you do not have to be on the 6 live online classes if you are not available. So I don't want anyone to stress about this. I know that's one of the biggest asked questions. You will receive a recording of the event, whether you are on the call or whether you are not on the call. So the value is the event has 2 portions. So the first thing, as soon as you purchase the event, you will receive access to 5 modules with 16 videos of story instruction. In these 16 videos, I go over so much of what I just mentioned with character. And I do this through giving you full breakdowns of 8 shows that I selected and 1 film that illustrate story tools that I am teaching you. The 8 shows that I selected include The Bear, Dopesick, Gaslit, Life and Beth, Severance, Single Drunk Female, The Old Man, and We Crashed. Then the film that I selected is Top Gun Maverick. So I believe that these series and this film will help you to absorb the story instruction so that when you're writing your pilot and or your feature, that you understand how to write your characters from a place of depth. So you'll get access to these story instruction modules for 1 year from the date of purchase. Then on February 21st is when I have the live online portion. During the live online portion, you will see and hear about the writers that are participating at level 2 that are rotating in and workshopping their pilots. And I may have writers at level 3 as well. I'm in the midst of figuring out the format for this year. The value of having writers workshopping their pilots this year is that we're going to hear different stories every week. And you are going to see how I give notes to writers. Then I have 8 top working writers who are going to guide you and who are going to listen to your pitches. This part is invaluable with how much we all learn through listening to the pitches. So again, you will get to participate not only in the story modules and have access to those for a year. You will get the 6 classes that start on February 21st. They start at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And each class is around 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours, depending on the week. And we do have certain weeks where there are going to be 2 guest speakers. So If you want to pitch, there is a high probability that you will get the opportunity to pitch. And nothing is greater than receiving feedback from someone who is where you want to be. If you want to join this experience, I encourage you to sign up now. You want the time with the story instruction. You want to start when the event starts on February 21st. I have so many writers who end up writing me after the event starts because they hear about how tremendous it is and they want to be a part of it. It's so much better if you start when everyone starts. I am also going to start the private Facebook page on February 15th. And this is where all of you will get to share your stories. I'm going to have you do icebreakers. I'm going to create opportunity for you to network and get to know one another. So if you have any questions, this is your opportunity to ask me those questions and I will answer them in the chat. I am beyond excited for everyone who has signed up for Story Therapy, Character and Character Dynamics. I cannot wait to begin this journey with you and start your arc of transformation. Thank you so much for joining me.